This is Tokyo Real. I'm Ian Simpson, and with me in the studio today is Hiroko Miyata. Hiroko, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me today.
And let me tell the viewers, you are a musician, performer, songwriter, and English teacher.
That's right.
So you wear many different hats.
Thank you.
Yeah. How did you first get into music?
When I first started music, I started to play the piano. I started to take piano lessons when I was 3 years old.
3 years old, very young. Yes.
Yes, at the end of the age 3, actually.
Yes.
And since then, I've been practicing the piano, and still now.
Yes.
But when I was in university, I started to learn jazz piano instead of classical piano.
Right.
Because I got more interested in jazz piano.
Is jazz more difficult than classical?
In a way, yes, because we have to play in ad lib. So that's a big difference between the classical music and the jazz music.
Yes.
In the classical music, we have music sheets.
Yes.
So we can follow the music sheets. But that doesn't mean that the classical music is easier, because you have to know about the composer, you have to know about the many academic things.
Yes.
In classical music.
It's different, yeah.
And you have to have a certain technique.
Yeah. So jazz has got more of a feel to it, has it? Playing jazz, is it more instinctive?
But yeah, classical music also, it has to have the emotion.
Yeah.
So it's the same, but yeah, it's difficult, different.
I notice in Japan, lots of kids, especially girls, can play the piano, like almost 90%. Why?
Yeah. Learning piano is very popular in Japan.
It's just part of Japanese tradition, is it, that young girls learn to play the piano?
For some reason, yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's good, because learning piano gives you so many things, not only the technique itself, but to control your emotion, or to think, or to concentrate.
Yes.
And performing on stage is a good experience too.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's great that, any kid learns to play an instrument when they're young. Music is healthy, I think.
Also, I mean, it doesn't have to be piano. It can be violin or anything.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Anything, yeah. That's good. So now you have your own website and social media pages for various divisions of your business. Talk to me a little bit about the different areas of your business. You have Roko P English, Roko P Music, Animoto Pocket, and Song Making and Arranging. You do a lot of things. Can you talk to me about what you do?
Okay, firstly, Roko P English is the name of my English school.
Yes.
And Roko P Music is the name of my piano school. And Animato Pocket in Saga is the name of my Rhythmic School.
Right. Okay. So,
And I make songs for all the 3 schools.
all 3. So you use your music in all 3 schools then? Yeah. So why the name Roko P? What does that mean?
Roko P is my nickname when I was younger, like high school age.
Right.
In Japan, sometimes we like to put P at the end of your name.
Yes.
Like Hiroko Roko P, or for example, Noriko-chan.
Yes.
Then we like to call her Nori P.
Nori P.
So sometimes it happens.
So I would be Ian P.
Yeah, P. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I hope that doesn't catch on. So, okay, so you're doing a number of different things, but how did you start your businesses? Did you did it happen naturally, or did you decide I'll start English school first, or the piano school first, or?
Mm, for me, it came all naturally, but at the very beginning, um, I had one son, and when my son was like 1 or 2 years old, my mom friends started asking me, "Oh, if you can speak English, why don't you teach my kid English?"
Yes.
And same thing happened for my piano school. So I naturally started teaching both piano and English like 7 or 8 years ago.
Right.
So that was not my actual plan. Like I was not thinking about starting my own school, but it just started very naturally.
Yeah, very naturally, and it's developed into a business, and now you combine music with teaching English and piano and rhythmic, so it's all blended very nicely. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a good. I guess using music is a good way to teach English. Yeah, because
I believe so.
kids love music.
Mm.
I used to be a physical education teacher, so sometimes now I teach English through sport. And again, kids love sport, so they are learning without thinking they're learning, because they're running and jumping and playing, and with you they're singing and dancing and moving, so they're learning English very naturally. It's great, isn't it? I think a good way.
Usually, yeah, kids are more interested in when they are dancing or singing, or when they are watching videos with music.
Yes.
So I think it's very effective that we use music into the classroom.
Yeah, yeah. And you have your own social media pages. You have a Facebook page and a YouTube page, yes?
Ah, yes, that's right.
So people can find. How can people find your material? I can put the links up on Tokyo Reel. I will do that for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And people can go in and have a look at your YouTube page and subscribe to it, and look at your Facebook page, and you have a website.
Yes.
So yeah.
I have my website under the name of Rokopi Music English.
Okay.
Also, under the same name, I have my Facebook page.
Yeah.
And from there, you can see so many videos or my music file you can listen to.
Yeah, that's a great site then for teachers and to go into and use your materials for free, yeah? Great, okay. Well, I'll promote that and put the links up on Tokyo Reel.
Thank you.
Now, I know you also do some collaboration with Kenny King of Maple Leaf Learning. Talk to me a little bit about how that collaboration started.
When I was in Nagoya, actually I moved sometimes because of my husband's transfer, and maybe about 5 years ago I used to live in Nagoya.
Yes.
And at that time I just attended to a big expo where many English teachers gather.
Yes.
And I met him there, and he told me that he makes music all by himself, and he released songs, his original songs. And at that time, I was also making songs for my rhythmic school. That's why I told him, "Oh, right, I make music too," and we talked a little bit about it, and he gave me a chance to make one song for his project. So I did, and he liked it, and that's our start to collaborate.
So how does it work now? Because I know he lives in Gifu and you live in Kyushu. That's a long way apart. You probably don't meet very often, but you collaborate all the time.
Yes.
So how does it?
Thanks to the technology, because he can send me the song file. I can send him my song file back to him.
Yes.
So the place doesn't really matter nowadays.
No.
First, he gives me his song idea by singing, playing the guitar, So he gives me the rough idea first.
Yes.
Sometimes he doesn't have lyrics yet, or sometimes he doesn't have the whole song yet. But we build little by little, and I try to follow his melody, rhythm, and then arrange. And we test the song into the we test the song in the classroom so that we can figure out if the song works or not.
Yes.
So we have our own students, so we can test.
Okay, so you test it live with your real kids.
That's right.
See how it works, and then rearrange it and get it right.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's very important to test the song over and over,
yes.
because kids like to have fun, and if the song is boring, then we can never get their attention. That's for sure.
No.
So we try to get their attention using the music.
Yes. Yeah, I use a lot of actually I use a lot of your songs and Kenny's songs in my classes, in my schools, and they're great. But I find other companies' songs sometimes they just don't click. They're boring. They don't engage the kids. So getting that balance, I think, is really important. Is there a kind of music that works well with kids, like funky, jazzy, rocky, poppy music? What is the best kind of music?
The genre doesn't really matter, I think, but I try to blend all the genres like rock, gospel, funk, as long as it sounds very cheerful, uplifting.
Yes.
If the song is very sad or kind of mellow, then I think we cannot get their attention. So we try to make it more fun, uplifting.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. And I know another one of your passions is well, I say rhythmic school. You say, what do you say in Japanese?
Rhythmic.
Rhythmic.
Rhythmic 教室.
Yes. Okay. So that's another division of your business, which is quite interesting to me. Talk to me a little bit about the Rhythmic School.
Yeah, many people ask me, what is rhythmic? And I always tell them the rhythmic is a way to teach music to little children, like 0 to 2 or 3 years old, because they don't really, they cannot play the piano, actual piano physically.
Right.
But we still want to teach them music.
Yes.
So this is the way how we teach music. So when we play the piano or when we play music, I'll put the CD on, and then kids might wanna move if the music is going very fast, and then they might wanna run, or if the music stops, they might wanna stop. So they try to act.
Listening to the music.
Listen to the music and feel something from there, and they might want to move along with that.
So they sort of listen to their emotions and their feelings, and whatever the music is telling them to do, they do it.
Yes.
They sort of...
So we don't really tell them to do something.
No.
But they decide how they want to move. And that is very good, because when they are physically able to play piano or whatever the instrument, then they can play the instrument with emotion. But if they don't do that when they are not really used to do it in early ages, then they might be able to play the piano or whatever perfectly, but they don't have the emotion when they play the music.
And that's really important, isn't it? To emotionalize anything you do. Yeah. I interviewed another teacher, business owner on Tokyo Reel called Scott Crow from Nut House Education, and he has a similar system where he teaches English by emotionalizing stories. And his interview will be coming up on Tokyo Reel at some point as well. And it's similar to what you're talking about. So he might use music, and he might use a flashcard. So if this was a flashcard of a big bad scary dog, and I say, "Hey Hiroko, the big bad dog is gonna bite you," what do you say?
I would say, go away.
Go away, go away.
Come to me.
Yeah, so maybe I didn't naturally teach you, I didn't say repeat after me, go away, but you naturally said it because the big bad dog was coming to bite you. So it sort of emotionalized the language, and it created a natural reaction from you. It's similar to what you do in rhythmic, I think, isn't it? Is that you're not saying, you know, you should jump or run fast or run slow. They listen to the music, they feel it, and they do what comes naturally through their emotions, yeah?
Yeah. And also, it's not fun to just follow whatever the teacher says. And also, they don't really follow what we say, actually.
No.
So it's more fun way. It's the more fun way for them to move whatever they along. Yeah.
Yeah, to move it how they want to.
Right.
Yeah, just naturally. Yeah. So it's quite unstructured, yes, in the way you do it. So thinking a little bit more about rhythmic, how do you include teaching English into rhythmic? Into your lesson plans? Because you teach English through the music, yeah, through rhythmic. So, and Japanese, yeah? So it does it matter what the language is?
It doesn't really matter as long as we can teach music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're teaching English, how do you do that? Do you change the songs? Do you just use English words instead of Japanese words?
So in the rhythmic lesson, we start with, we call it Yoroshiku song. That is kind of hello song.
Yes.
And we make our own original Yoroshiku song for every year.
Yes.
And that is, we call students' name one by one, and they raise their hand, and we sing a song together. And at the next verse, we call another student's name, and that another student raise his or her hand. So one by one, we call the student's name and get their response.
Yes.
And at the end, we dance and sing together. That is our original hello song. And so we start from that, and then we play music, and we try them to react. Like, we start playing the piano very, very, very fast, and then they might want to run very fast. Or when we hit the note, very high note, and then they might want to raise their hands up.
Yes.
So we try to help them move like they want to using the piano.
And you link the language to the movement then as well. So
Yes.
like high, low, jump, fast, slow.
We have rhythmic time and English time,
Yes.
and at the latter, like 15 minutes, we have English time.
Right.
And at that time, we introduce some English songs. We have some English activities, like you said,
Yes.
raise your hand or jump, kick, sit down, and they can catch some words, English words.
Yeah. The main point is that they have fun while they're learning piano,
And
learning English.
the main point is we will
You
teach
emotion.
them to listen very carefully,
Yes.
to have a good ear.
Yeah, have a good ear. and to emotionalize it and have a feel, a feeling, inner feeling for, a natural feeling for it. Yeah, yeah.
So like I said, it doesn't really matter what the language is, but we started to include English because at the very beginning we thought it's very good and mommies would love it because in Japan especially, many mothers are very interested in having their children learn English
Yes.
because learning English is becoming very important in when they are in elementary school, uh, junior high school, or when they are getting their job.
Yeah, and it's becoming more important all the time, isn't it? Now they're introducing English, more English into um, elementary schools. They're starting earlier,
Right.
so um,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah, it's very
many
important.
parents are becoming more serious about having their children learn English.
Yes, because there's an academic need for it now.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, good.
So we started it. We started using English in the classroom,
Mm, good.
and
Now,
then now it's going very well.
yeah, good. Well, I mean, there might be a lot of people out there who want to do what you're doing, and maybe they are mothers and they're thinking, how can they do it? So, how do you balance being a mother with two kids, writing music, performing, running your businesses? How do you balance all that? Is it hard?
Of course, it's hard, but I like doing all these. That's why I can keep on doing those.
So you have your passion keeps driving you forward, yeah,
Yes, that's
yeah. And when you started your businesses, they actually happened naturally, yes. Uh, so it's something that evolved over time. Yeah, it evolved. Yeah. Um, what do you think is the hardest part of what you do? Is it the business side? Is it the making the music? Is it the teaching? What's the hardest part?
I think making music is easy part
Yes.
because in the daily life I can get many song ideas through the students, through my own kids. Song ideas are everywhere. So that's the easy part.
Yes.
But the hardest part is get parents' attention
Okay.
to the schools, especially rhythmic schools, because rhythmic is very hard to understand. They tend to feel like, rhythmic is kind of just playing, not learning anything.
Right.
So it's hard for us to explain very clearly what the difference between our rhythmic school and the events that the city or town do.
Yeah. So you mean there are in
There
the
are so many free events.
in
No,
the daycare centres and the city office buildings, they put on events for the
right.
mothers, and they're free.
And they're free.
Yeah.
And I'm a mother of two kids, so I enjoy those events. And I'm not saying that the events are bad or anything. They are good, and the teachers are trying to entertain, and it's fun to be there. And we can make friends, we can have fun, we can have a great time there. So I'm not saying that the events are bad or anything. But of course, they are not teaching. They are just trying to share great time together. But we do more academic things. We teach something like do re mi or how to put emotions to music or
And you have a curriculum and a
right.
course and lesson plans.
And also we do have professional piano teachers or English teachers. So there is a difference.
Yes.
So we would like to show the difference. That's why we sometimes put up the trial lesson so that people will know the difference.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is one of the bigger problems, isn't it? Is that many Japanese students they like free or cheap, and they are satisfied with free and cheap, which is unfortunate for business owners like ourselves, because trying to convince them, well, actually free and cheap is not the best way for you to improve. You could have for example, in my business, you get adult students saying, well, I go to the Kominkan lesson and it's very, very cheap, 1 coin for an hour and a half. And I say, yes, but there's 15 people sitting around the table and you get almost no speaking time. And the teacher doesn't really care much, oh, but it's cheap. Whereas you get the flip side is that people who are more intelligent, like doctors, well-educated people, they really value education, and they understand the need for having a good professional teacher in a good quality school with a proper curriculum, and they will pay money, good money, to have good quality, because they understand that if they want to improve, that's what they have to do. Anything that has value costs money.
Yeah.
But for you and me, I think that's always a problem, trying to tell the mothers that, you should come to my school because the value is much higher than going to the free session at the city office. That's fine, but that's just for once a month or whatever. If you're serious about it, come here. Yeah, so I understand where you're coming from on that. We both probably have the same. I think all schools have the same problem.
So of course I'm a mother, so I enjoy those events and I have a great time with my daughter there. So I don't think they should stop doing it. Of course I wouldn't think like that. But at the same time, we are doing our business and we hope to get students or families who are thinking more serious about having their children learn something.
Yes. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, recruitment is very difficult. So
good luck with both of us.
Yeah. And also, so we seem to have come a long way in the past 10 years or so with technology, and now video and music technology is readily available. Do you think it's going to become more important in the future in the classroom?
Yes, we are getting more and more demands from current teachers who would like to use our music.
Yes.
And I have been using music, and I strongly think that it works really great. So I think the market will be bigger and bigger. And actually, so many companies are focusing on making music for English learners. So,
yeah, there's a lot of companies doing it, so it's quite competitive, yeah, the market. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. I like it. I like to have my teachers use music and videos in school, and I use your music and Kenny's videos and Fun Kids English, and it's all. There's a lot of people doing a lot of good stuff at the moment.
Yeah. So I really think that the kids nowadays, they are very lucky to have those materials, because in my age, songs are not that many.
No.
English songs are not that many before.
No, well, when I started schools 10, 12 years ago, there wasn't that much material around. Now there's a lot of good material.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So in the future, where do you see your business going? Do you have a goal or a dream to take it somewhere bigger?
My dream is to make more and more songs. Yeah.
Would you?
I just would like to help more and more kids who want to learn either music or English. So
Yeah.
I would like to help those kids.
Yeah.
And it will be very satisfying. If I could be help, any of help sharing my music, and if they find it very interesting, that make them want to learn more, then it would be great.
Yeah, that's very satisfying for you that people enjoy listening and using your music,
Yeah.
and you're going to continue to write music and create music, and well, yeah, I mean, I wish you luck on that. And I have
Every
one.
day I get feedback from people or my friends saying, "Oh, I like music, and I mean, the teachers, I use your music, and we had fun in the classroom." So I'm very happy hearing that feedback.
Yeah.
So as long as I can help, I would like to keep going,
Yeah.
continuing to make music.
How about personally? Do you perform now in a band
Sometimes
or?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, performing is very fun. That is one of my hobbies.
So do you have a band? No.
Not now, but sometimes I play music with my husband. My husband is a singer,
Yes.
and we used to play a lot when we were in university, and we don't play as much as we used to now, but still sometimes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I have a band, Oyaji band. I'm the singer. I think the other three guys are Japanese. I think the only reason I'm the singer is because I'm the only one who can speak English. So we play British songs, like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, and the Beatles and all that. So they said you're the singer because you can speak English. I said, oh, okay. But so my last question is, if you could go back and make a phone call to the 20-year-old Hiroko, what advice would you give her?
I just would say just do it
Mm.
or be innovative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the very important thing I would say.
And you're passionate about your work, yeah, about music and about teaching. So do you think it's really important to work
Yeah,
with
to
people?
do what you're very passionate about.
Yeah, because that way every day when you wake up, you want to get up and do it because you're passionate about what you're doing, yeah.
Yeah, as for me, every morning I cannot wait to get back to work. I
Mm.
don't even think that is work.
No.
So I really want to make a song. That's why I get up early, or sometimes I would like to make a sheet music for my one of my students who wants to play that song. So passion drives me.
Yeah. And I'm really glad you said that because one of the things we say on Tokyo Reel is that go with your passion, work in your passion. And what you just said was very important that I don't even think it's work. You
Mm,
enjoy it so much.
yes,
You
very.
that's a great line.
Mr.
So
Kenny King says the same thing.
sorry?
Mr. Kenny King
He says
says
the
the
same
same thing.
thing. Yeah.
We talk about it all the time. Same thing over and over.
Can you actually understand what Kenny says? Because because
He speaks in super
fa-
uh,
I think he
fast.
speaks like 30%
So
faster than anyone else I
sometimes you
know.
ask him like, "What did you say?"
Yeah. It's okay. I do that and I can speak English. I go,
I couldn't tell them. I mean, I couldn't tell him that before. I was embarrassed to ask him that. But after you said he is very fast speaking, then I felt like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one
no.
couldn't understand. So recently I can ask him, okay, what did you say?
Yeah, please slow down. But we all do it. Nah, he's a good friend, great bloke, and yeah, he's doing a good job. So, so your advice to people who want to do something similar to you would be to be passionate about what you do, to work hard, to be innovative, to stay ahead of your rivals, and take action. Would you agree with that? Just take action.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
Just do it. Don't think about it all the time. Just do it. Yeah?
Mm.
Yeah. Great.
Things will get easier if you take action.
Yeah.
If you take uh, an action little by little. I mean,
Yeah, step by step,
step by step.
small steps. Yeah, but take action. Small steps. Yeah, that's good. Great. Well,
Yep.
yeah. Well, Hiroko, we'll finish there. It's been great chatting to you. I love listening to your stories and about your business and the music. And I can see you're very passionate about it. And I'll put your links up on Tokyo Reel so people can go to your websites and your YouTube sites, and they can buy your music online. And hopefully one day we can sit down again and chat on Tokyo Reel about.
Yes, and I hope to see you in person.
Yes, at one of the events. We'll meet up, I'm sure.
We only met once.
I
So
think was it in Tokyo maybe?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
see each other sometime in the future in person.
Yes. I'll look forward to that. And thank you very much for coming on
Thank you
Tokyo
for
Reel.
having me. Thank you. I enjoyed it very much.
Right, great. Thank you, and have a nice day. And I'll see you soon, I hope.
See you soon. Okay, thank you very
All
much.
right, thanks, Hiroko. Bye bye.
Bye.